There's a lot of noise surrounding integrated print these days. It's still in its infancy, of course, but it's showing signs of rapid growth, and there are people making a decent living from it already. One such person is David Hyams. He's co-founder of Talking Print, and I'm here today to talk to him about the company and about the growing trend. So David, you're a designer by trade, but you're also an evangelist for integrated technologies in digital print. Can you explain how that came about?
Yes, I trained as a graphic designer and had my own design business for 20 years. And then I discovered digital print and how digital print was taking print into a new area, how you could do short run personalised and do lots of fun things. So I then joined a digital print company and I was brought in to talk to the marketeers to do interesting stuff with print, taking it into a completely different area.
In 2011, David, you set up Talking Print really to act as an integration tool, I suppose, between the print community, internet developers and agencies, etc. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the rationale behind the company?
Well, when I was working with the printers, we worked across a wide variety of technologies, whether it was HP Indigo or Xerox or wide format. And all of these technologies were doing very creative things, doing short run, personalised, and offering creatives and marketeers new ways of working. But I actually saw an avenue where we could actually add more, that we could actually add sound and light and video. So I joined forces with an expert in this field who does the audio and video, but also sources in the Far East. And that's what we had with Talking Print, that we combined my knowledge of print and creative and marketing and design with the ability to source in the Far East and manufacture in the UK.
Now, Talking Print provides audio and video embedded marketing printed products, but you don't actually do any of the printing yourself at Talking Print. So do you have a pool of printers and suppliers that you work with?
What I like to say is that the printers or the creative or the marketeers has a blank piece of paper. They say, oh, wouldn't it be good if we could actually add sound or light or video to our work? And then they say, how do we do this? And up until now, they haven't had a clue how to do it. So what happens is that people go onto Google and put audio modules or sound or video, and guess what? We come up because we're the people that are doing this. So obviously to deliver the end product, we have to work with print partners. We don't actually own any print press. We act as a consultancy. What we do is we talk with the people who have the ideas and we put together a solution for them. The big thing about what we do is that we actually put together samples in the UK so that the creative can present to their clients and then get the ideas signed off. And then the manufacturing can either be with us in the UK, with our partners, or in the Far East with our Chinese suppliers. The important thing with what we do is that we actually control the manufacturing process in the UK so that the idea can actually be signed off here and then taken to the Far East. Up until now, China has been a problem. People don't want to deal with China. China doesn't want to deal with us unless it's for long runs. So what we have done is that we've brought the process in-house so that we will produce the samples, go through the creative, say what can and can't be done. We can just produce one sample in 24 hours, whereas up till now, if you've had an idea, you've had to talk to somebody in China, try and understand the language, try and communicate, and it just doesn't work, whereas we are the conduit between the end product and the client.
So how can large format print companies buy into your video and audio embedding technology and know-how, etc.?
Well, we're very much a consultancy, so normally it comes from the client or the company themselves having this idea saying we would like to put an audio or a video into our print. So we will sit down with them and show them how it can be done and actually build samples. But it works the other way as well, that we actually have to make printed samples and we can actually bring in the suppliers into our fold. I know from my experience that there's a wide variety of different technologies out there, and it's a question of picking and choosing according to what the job entails. So a printer will come to us, or a creative will come to us and say, can you do this? And we will sit down and discuss it with them. I have to emphasize that we only do white label. We do not put our name onto our products. So we will work with you to actually give you a final answer to the brief. Myself, having come from a creative background, I can actually talk the language of the creative so that they get the solutions. Or also with my print background, I can also talk to the printer and say, yes, you can do it this way or that way, and I understand the restrictions with the different technologies.
What kind of customers come to Talking Print, and do they have very much pre-knowledge of integrated technologies in print?
Well, I have to say, because we're new, most of the people that come to us come because they have the idea and they don't know whether it can be done or not. A lot of people say, oh, thank God I found you, because they've had the idea and they just don't know how to go about it. And inevitably what happens is people have these ideas and then they go onto Google and type in audio modules or point-of-sale audio, and then we come up top because we're the people that can give these solutions.
What role do you think print producers have in progressing the demand for integrated print?
Well, part of the basis of what we've been doing is that we feel that we're giving printers a new tool to sell to their clients. Having come from a print background, I know that print is changing. The long-run jobs don't exist anymore, or they're very few. So what we're doing is we're giving printers something to go back to their clients and saying, well, instead of just doing a poster, why not put a button on it so you can have a voice coming out, or put a video on it so that you can have a talking head coming out. If I can give you a few examples, this is a point of sale that has a motion sensor on it. Put that behind your poster, and then when somebody walks past it, it talks. Or you could have a video, which is a module like that. It's run by batteries. And you can have different formats. This is a 7-inch screen. You can have 4.3, 2.4. In fact, there's a wide variety. You can have different buttons. You can have, this is battery controlled. You can do it from a mains. But as you can see, it's totally transportable. And how good would that look on your poster? If a printer wants to work with us on an integrated print job, the way that we would work is that we would sit down and work out the brief, and then we would source the module and then work with the printer who will produce the print, and then we would produce a prototype or a sample that can then be given to the client. There is no restrictions on how many will be produced or timescales, because there is a direct contact between the printer and his client. Once the job is then signed off, we will then handle the sourcing in the Far East. It's important that we are actually the conduit with China, and we feel that's one of our big USPs, because up until now a printer has not known how to deal with the Chinese, and we will be doing that on your behalf.
How key do you think it is that printers do what you did earlier this year and attended shows like marketing and technology shows?
I think it's very important because I come from a marketing background and then got into print and then got into the internet and everything that surrounds it. I didn't sit in a bubble. I didn't just do print. I did print, I did marketing, I did internet. And I think it's crucial that printers actually talk to lots of other different technologies. When I first started, I found it really interesting that printers would not talk to internet developers, and vice versa. And that's really where I came in, that I saw myself as an evangelist on new technology, where I can combine print with all the new technology that's out there.
You say that one of the most interesting parts of running Talking Print is talking to the creatives and helping grow the opportunities for integrated print. Can you perhaps tell us a little bit about what you think this will do for breathing new life into print as a medium?
Oh, I love it when I sit down with creatives, because their mouths drop and they say, what, you can do this, and you can do one, or you can do thousands, it's just opening up a whole new field for them. They just get really excited. And I just sit down and say, look, it's a blank piece of paper. You can put a button on your piece of print and make it sing, or you can put a video on it and make it talk, or you can put an audio into a card, and when it opens, it sings. It's really up to the creative to come up with the idea, and then I will work with them and let them produce wonderful stuff.
Thank you.